Little ASMR for you. Hello, lovely members of the social circle. I hope you have a snack, you have a drink, sit across from me on this table, and let's discuss why I should never, ever, 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 ever do a 50-50 relationship. Doesn't matter if you're a guy or a girl. This video will be pretty much applicable to both. I'll give you the cons, really, of doing 50-50 when it applies to your personal gender interests. Or to put it simply, my girlies, if you're clicking on this video, I already assume you're not doing 50-50 or you're over the concept of doing 50-50. I'm going to equip you with some pretty good arguments against people who confront you in the sort of manner of what do you bring to the table if you don't want to split this $5.99 pizza with me. Guys, I'm going to talk to you directly for my gents, for my lovely gents. I know there are some of you out there. I believe in you. Why you shouldn't ask your girl to do 50-50 in terms of money, in terms of splitting the bill, for your own sake, for your own relationship's sake. I promise. It's not coming from an egoistical place. Egotistical? Yes. Egoistical, you get the point. At all. Promise. And then I'm going to discuss why guys shouldn't settle for girls or entertain girls that only do 50% commitment with them, meaning they entertain other options on the side. Again, my girlies, I think, should really listen. And I'm going to spoil the video a bit and tell you, girlies, the only men in your life, boys really, the only boys in your life that will let you be with them, but also text other guys, chat around, go to nightclubs alone. It's not because they're not the ones that are terribly sexist and misogynist. Yes, those two, for sure. Okay, we're not even discussing that, but there are going to be two categories of men. A, complete losers that don't know they can't get any better. So they're gonna settle for their disrespect, for your disrespect. B, playboys that don't care about you. So, that being said, I'm just gonna quickly get into this video so it can all become more clear. Okay. As we already said, it's pretty self-explanatory. My nose is itching. For the girlies, what it means when someone says, let's do 50-50 and why you should. Okay, it's not that self-explanatory why you shouldn't actually split the bill in 21st century modern societies, but we're going to make it clear. I speak so fast my English. Whoa, okay, concentrate. For my guys, what I mean by 50-50 for my guys, and girlies, don't click off, because the guys that might watch this video are exactly the guys you want to attract in your life. What do I mean? You don't want guys who, first of all, obviously they don't want to do 50-50 with you in terms of monetary value, like splitting the bill. But you don't want to date guys that will let you do 50-50 with them in terms of commitment. Because the only guys that will let you do that are A, losers who can't get any better, B, playboys that don't care about you anyway. Applies to both. Okay, guys, if you let a girl do 50-50 with you, not only monetarily, but in terms of her attention, her commitment, her clarity of who she's chatting with, who she's going out with, don't be obsessive. Oh my God, don't be toxic. What I mean is, if she can walk all over you and be like, well, we're just like going out, right? It's nothing serious. If she does that, that means you're A, and you accept it, and you like it. My guess is A, you're a loser who can get any better and just likes this girl and just like, whoa, she's actually into me. She's not. She's using you for friendly company. B, you're a playboy who just doesn't fucking care about the situation. Okay, this is kind of a mess. A, girls don't do monetary 50-50 splits. B, guys, don't ask your girls to pay 50-50. Also, don't accept girls that are only 50% into you and entertain the attention of other men. Let's start with the arguments of why you should never ask your woman to split the bill or pay half-half. For sure, never half-half on dinners, but maybe even considering, like, I've heard horror stories from the Netherlands, okay? Some of my friends live there. I've heard horror stories for me, they're horror stories. When boyfriends ask their girlfriends to pay them rent, although they already own the apartment. And kind of like, you live here, so you pay me rent, although I own the apartment. Not split the utilities, okay? That's something else. This is like next level. Pay me rent to live with me. Or also ask them to PayPal them or Venmo them, whatever, like €2 for 2 slices of pizza they had from the whole pizza. Horror stories. Okay. And these relationship, newsflash, most of the time don't last. Why is that? Okay, this section is meant to equip my girlies with good arguments if they want to go to their man and say, I don't think it's cool that we split, or if some internet troll comes to them so they feel confident in themselves. And for my guys, it's also why you shouldn't be asking your girl to do it. Not because you own it to her to give her a full meal. No, I swear, I'm not that type of bitchy attitude. Women are better than you. It's just for both of your good. Okay, without further ado, let's begin to point number 1. Or maybe the only real point, which is you're making the whole thing transactional. Okay, when you do 50-50, it's literally I input 50, you input 50, and we do this transaction, so we kind of we pass together with each other. Get what I mean? It's not full commitment the whole way through, and it's also distorting the feminine masculine dynamics. Okay, so this will split into 2 categories. You're making it transactional, you're interfering with the feminine masculine dynamic, and then you wonder why your relationship isn't working out. Okay, let's consider for a second that a properly committed relationship is kind of like friendship with sex. A really good friendship that also includes passionate sex. I think that's a pretty good definition to start with of what a romantic relationship is. If a friend of yours, like one of your best friends, wants you to lend them something, do you ask them to pay you, like lending money? Like, I want to borrow your bike. Okay, pay me 100 euros or 50 euros a day for the bike. I use euros, guys. $100. No, because it's making it transactional. Instead, what you do as a normal friend, I hope, is that you give them the bike, and then next time you need something, you ask them and they give it to you unconditionally. So you actually get the thing for free. But from a bird eye perspective, you don't get it for free. You get it because you gave the bike, and then you gave the bike because one time they did this and that and that, that. So that actual transactional value, even if you're looking at it transactionally, it evens out really well. But just not in monetary terms. You subtract the money, the actual, that makes it non-personal. That's the point of money, right? When I'm paying the cashier in the supermarket, it's not like I'm personally doing them a favor. The point of money is to make something not personal. So when you put money into your relationship, you're making it a distance, making a business transaction. With the lending and borrowing, the reason it's been around for centuries is that my neighbor who really likes me, or my friend who really we're close with, you can borrow from each other, and it's based on mutual trust, respect, and in some cases, yes, love, depending on what you lend and borrow, but sort of services you provide, you give to the other person. That's why, as a woman, you shouldn't offer to pay 50-50 because you're making it transactional. As a guy, you shouldn't want your girl to pay 50-50. Instead, you should want her to commit. So if you're taking the masculine role, if you want to be masculine, that doesn't apply. Actually, like if you have a gay lesbian relationship, you can have a masculine feminine dynamic as well. The masculine can provide protection and just provision of material, as time immemorial has proven, without making it a transaction, because they're not a bank. So a girl shouldn't be like, I want this new bag, check. I want this blah, 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 check, like a bank ATM machine. But a guy shouldn't want to make the whole thing a business transaction either, because then the woman cannot fully 100% commit in her feminine energy, give him what he wants. Whew. Took so many brain cells to formulate this in a coherent sentence. Okay, so what's the problem with a girl paying a guy rent for living in his apartment? Well, because he's outside of, first of all, the masculine energy. He's not providing for her. She's providing for herself and just enjoying his company on the side. So they're like roommates at this point. So my question would have been, anytime they had bad sex, did he pay her? Because he enjoyed the sex more, obviously. So she provided the service for him. She had a bad time. Does he pay her for the sex? If it's all transactional, because the money means we don't know each other, I don't trust you, so let me give you this thing that provides value to you so you can go to another store or whatever, buy something, because I know you don't trust me, I don't trust you, so we cannot provide each other the service to compensate. Wow, it kind of sounded smart. That was really the main point I was trying to drive home. The moment you introduce money into the relationship, you're making it more impersonal, more transactional. I'm giving you you get outside of the feminine masculine dynamic. So the masculine needs something from the feminine needs something from the masculine. One obviously provides protection and provision, the other love, support, intimate relationship. And so instead of that being the services that get exchanged, and for those services to be exchanged, there also needs to be a buildup of trust. Instead, you take that trust away and you subsidize it with a government instituted trust, which is money. So we provide this meal for you, but you have to pay me back. This is okay for the apartment. You live with me, but you need to like pay me to live with me because I'm not gonna be a provider. So she's really providing for herself. Okay. It's not feminine masculine dynamic. It's making the whole thing like a business deal, so the other counterpart cannot fully give themselves to you. I think that's the point I drove home. Okay, now let's synthesize it for my girlies. When a guy says, what do you bring to the table? How about feminine love, nurturing, good manners, good morals, hopefully graceful aging, hopefully a committed, loving partner, hopefully support when you're down and low, feminine love. I can make a house into a home. All of those things. That's what you bring to the table. Okay, I've seen the other side of this trend, which is what you bring to the table, and a girl brings out all of her Yves Saint Laurent, Dior lipsticks, and her bags and all that kind of stuff. I mean, that's nice. Guys don't really care about it. Like if you're like, I'm bringing a Dior bag to the table. Okay, he doesn't give a shit. He's gonna move on to the next one. You can bring a Costco bag. I don't even have a Costco, but for all my American guys, do they even sell bags at Costco? I have no idea. You can bring a Costco bag to a dinner if you look hot and beautiful, zero fucks given. You can take a lipstick from the grocery store. Oh my god, from the drugstore. That's what you call it. From DM, let's say, for all my Europeans, that's like $5. Apply it. If it looks almost exactly the same as the Yves Saint Laurent lipstick, they really don't give a fuck. And if you look hot with or without lipstick, they also don't give a fuck. So when you say what I bring to the table, I bring all of these expensive items and clothing that marketing brands have convinced me I need in my life. That's not really a seller for them, you know. So you need to think of something else. So my point would be, for good men that you want to attract in your life, you should say, I bring to the table. Well, first of all, good men will probably not gonna ask you directly what you bring to the table. They're gonna evaluate what are your strengths. If they're attracted to you, they already know what your strengths are. But anyway, let's say for the internet trolls out there that thinks, oh, women are for the streets, you can bring good morals. You can, again, everything I said, loving relationship, good partner that's gonna be there in tough times to protect, also to protect you, like emotionally, help you deal with traumatic things. Of course, vice versa for men. Of course, men are obviously moral supports and emotional supports for women in the relationship. That's obviously, but it's when a guy says there's a list of what I bring to the table. It's like a high-paying career, paying for you, giving you all. That's why you have like the sugar babe and sugar daddy dynamic, because it's very easy to see what the guy provides. Obviously, he provides material goods if he's wealthy. It's like, what do I provide? I provide you all of these material things. But what these women, the sugar babes, do, exactly what the girls do on TikTok when they say, I have this Yves Saint Laurent lipstick. They provide other superficial things. So the sugar babe provides sex. Okay. This is more appealing to guys than the Yves Saint Laurent lipstick. But my point is, for committed, strong, loving relationship that you can grow old with and have those cute videos where a granny dances with a grandpa. Yes, it's gonna be based on moral foundations, especially for women and what they're gonna bring to the table. Yes, point. Okay, and for my gentlemen, Also for my girlies, gentlemen, why you shouldn't, I think that's more self-obvious, why you should never stick around for a woman that's only doing 50% commitment with you. Meaning that if you are giving her 100%, meaning you're ready to provide, you're ready to protect, you're ready to commit to her, but she's not doing the same, she's entertaining other options, run, just run. She's telling you that she's not into you, she's showing you you're just a placeholder, you're just a substitute. Run, find someone who's actually going to be committed to you. Girls, why is it important for you? Because if you do that to a guy, you already subconsciously know this anyway, but let me just reiterate it consciously for you. The only guys that are gonna allow you to entertain, chat with other men, entertain male attention. I don't mean just getting looks because you look good, you know. I mean, obviously flirt and engage with other guys. The only men that are gonna do that. Again, losers, playboys that don't care about you anyway. Point blank, point made. More straight to the point. More straight to the point. Final note to my girlies on that point. I know for my sensible girlies that actually want a loving, committed relationship, if you're going to nightclubs, dancing with other dudes, and texting other guys on Tinder, you and I both know this is, I don't judge you. I've done it. We both know you're not actually into the dude you're currently with. That is the point I was trying to make. And the reason why you shouldn't stay with that guy is because he's a loser, B, a playboy, if he's accepting that type of behavior. And I assume, as I said, you want a loving, stable, committed relationship with a partner that's at your level. The social circle is obviously, I'm creating it to be a place of self-improvement. I have a video on why you shouldn't be fake nice to people you don't actually like, to people you don't consider your friends, because it makes you look desperate, denigrates yourself. I'm spoiling the video, but if you want to watch the whole thing, it will be linked somewhere here. I have another video of if you actually like a guy, how to keep him is not to be a burden to him, but a challenge. There's a difference. There's tactics. I hope you find that valuable. I hope I see you here next week. I'll be here next week for sure, discussing another topic, having another drink, another snack in the social circle. I hope to see you there. Until then,